What's up? Welcome back to another Dave Wolf video, and today we're doing something we could only do every 4 years, which is predict the World Cup. How is that going to go? I'm not sure, but I have the website. We're going to be putting all the results here of every group separately, and then we'll go into the tournament itself. I'm going to be recording on my tablet. You can see all the teams right here. It's going to be live too, so it's going to be my live thoughts as well. So let's get to it. Alrighty, so the first group A, we got Mexico, South Korea, South Africa, and the Czech Republic. I feel like you got to take everything into consideration. You got to take into consideration groups, climates, time zones, everything. So I do believe for that very reason, Mexico will go through in the very first round. I do believe that South Korea will be second, and I believe that the Czech Republic will be third, therefore leaving South Africa out of this one. So that's the first group. The second group, we got Canada, Qatar, South Switzerland, and Bosnia Herzegovina. I know I butchered that. I'm sorry. I feel like Switzerland will win this round. Switzerland's just a very good team that just likes to defend a lot, right? They don't really let in too many goals, and this is not really that strong a group. There's really no group of death this year, especially with the new format for the World Cup. So I feel like anyone can get through, but I do feel like Canada can get second, and then Bosnia can get third. Therefore, Qatar will be out, in my opinion. I really do look forward to looking these back later. So this one, Brazil, Haiti, Morocco, and Scotland. Also, if there's like a little bit of hesitation between words, that's fine. I am doing this all live, by the way, so there's that. I feel like Brazil on their day, no one could take them. I'm taking Brazil for one. I'm taking Morocco for two, and I'm saying Scotland will come in third. Therefore, Hades will be fourth. Simple as that. We're trying to run through this. United States is in Group D, also with Paraguay, Turkey, and Australia. I'm not backing the U.S. too much, but they are at home soil. But we're going to give Turkey the win for that group. USA second, and Paraguay third. I'm sorry, Australia. I don't think you'll have it in you. I don't think you'll just be able to back it up in this tournament. All right. How do you pronounce that? What the fuck? Caracho? Wait, it's Caracho, right? It's Caracho. Anyways, Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Germany. I mean, Germany's winning Group E. I don't think that's really a shocker. I will take Ivory Coast to finish second. I will do that. And then Ecuador to finish third. And even though it's their debut, I feel like Caracho is out. I feel like that's just the thing. Group F is probably my most interesting group because it has Japan, the Netherlands, Tunisia, and Sweden. And I don't really know who to put first in here, but I'm going to go like this. I'm going to say, oh, I don't really know. I honestly don't. The Netherlands doesn't really have someone up front that's like really, really solid. They do have someone that's on and off, so he can do well. But let's just say we'll do the Netherlands still first. I'm gonna go for Sweden second and Japan third. And there you go. That's Group F. Group G, Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. I mean, it's always a Belgium. Egypt as well, I feel like we'll go through. And New Zealand, I don't think Iran's going to do it, although what seems that would be right. Group H, Capo Verde. We got Saudi Arabia, Spain, Uruguay. Spain's winning that group. Simple as that. Uruguay's coming in second. And I'm up with South Arabia to come through. And when I don't know how they're going to do the selections here on this website, so hopefully they just don't just throw us into a tournament, but I guess we'll see. Group I, we got France, Norway, Senegal, and also Iraq, right? Yeah. So, simply, France, probably one of the strongest favorites. I'm gonna put Senegal second, and then well, actually, no, they have Holland, I guess, and they have Odegaard. I'll put okay, Norway, then Senegal, and then there we go. That is Group I. Group J: Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. Jordan's also a debut team this year, but reigning champions. I think they're gonna do it. I think Austria is gonna come through as well. They're also very good defensively. They don't let in a lot of goals. And then between these two, I will pick Algeria, Jordan to go out also in their debut. No upsets there. Group K is Colombia, Portugal, Uzbekistan, and the Dominican Republic of Congo. So, with that being said, we're going to put Portugal through, Colombia through, and Uzbekistan through. That will be my guess there. And then finally, Group L will be, and I'm also getting a bunch of random tints off this TV, so that's fantastic. So, wait, can you scroll through photos like this? Oh, you can. Well, I learned something new about my TV. That's my TV backlight. Anyways, last group, Group L, Croatia, England, Ghana, Panama. If England doesn't bottle it, they'll get through. Actually, you know what? I don't know if they could. I think this will go down to goal difference between 1 and 2. But we'll just leave it like that. We're going to also let Ghana through, Panama out. So, the first round of 16, we have Mexico versus Japan. And I think this is where Japan comes through and just beats Mexico. I don't feel like Mexico will go further than that. Also, Canada versus Morocco. Morocco goes through there. Easy job. We got Switzerland versus Ecuador. I feel like Switzerland will go through there. South Korea versus Brazil. It's got to be Brazil. I really feel like Neymar is going to try to put on the show. Probably his last World Cup. I mean, they're all world, like Messi, everyone. So, Turkey versus Senegal. I feel like this could go either way. I think this is a shout. But we're going to put Turkey through. Ivory Coast versus Sweden. Sweden will go through. And I feel like this one as well. Germany versus Algeria. Germany goes through. And then the Netherlands versus the United States. I want to put the Netherlands through, but U.S. is on home soil. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put USA through. I'm going to put them through. So that's the first side on this. So we're going to go now to the other side. To the other side. Actually, we could, you know what, we're just going to keep on. So that's what the round of 32 looks like. Let's continue until we get to the semifinals, and then we'll just do the semifinals from both sides. So Japan versus Morocco. I think Japan will go through. I think they could do it. I think they can do it. They don't really let a lot of goals in or anything, so I think Japan can do it. Switzerland, Brazil. It's going to be Brazil. Turkey versus Sweden. Again, this can go either way. We're going to say Turkey. Germany, USA. All right, Germany, USA. So, it's going to be Germany. I'm sorry, the US ends right there. And then we have the last one here, Japan versus Brazil. I really want to do it. I really wanted Japan to come through. I don't know. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to let Brazil through. I think Japan will end there. I think it's going to be a very close game. Might even go down to penalties. It's going to be a very, 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 very close game. So, with that being said, now we have Germany and Turkey. It's gonna be Germany, and we're gonna have a repeat once again of Brazil versus Germany, and we'll see if Neymar is the difference maker. Now, let's pan into the other side here of the other 32 teams that we have. We have Belgium versus Uzbekistan. It's gonna be Belgium. End of discussion. Uruguay versus Norway. That is an interesting one. This one could be a coin toss, but I'm going to give it to Norway. I think Norway can do it. I think Norway can proceed, and especially with Haaland up top, I feel like he can go a little bit further in this tournament. Spain versus Saudi Arabia. It's going to be Spain. Simple as that. France versus Egypt. It's going to be France. I mean, two of the strongest teams possible in the entire league, in this entire cup. Argentina versus the Czech Republic. You know what? Tricky to go through. I don't think they can do it. I don't think Argentina can do a repeat. I think we're going to have a new world champion. I just do. Colombia versus Croatia. I'm going with that. There we go. So, Portugal versus Scotland. Scotland? Why does that sound weird? Anyways, Portugal. And then Austria versus England. There were some questionable decisions with the England team in general. And I don't know if the coaches really settled in and Austria doesn't win a lot of goals. I'm going to let Austria go through. I don't think England's going to make it any further than that. And hate on me in the comments as much as you want, but I honestly don't believe that they will. I feel like they just bottled it right there. Belgium versus Norway. Again, not that easy of a shot. I think Norway. You know what? I'm going to go with Norway. Now, this game. If this game is how I predict, this will be a big game. Spain versus France. I mean, whew. But I think you got really two really good teams here. Really good teams here. I think I'm going to do France. I think they're just going to fall a little bit short. And then you have these two teams as well here. I mean, they've done it so far, but they are an aging squad because I think it's Croatia, right? We would pronounce it Croatia. So Croatia. They have finished very well in the last two tournaments. This is a very white background. Anyways, they finished really well. I think they're going to proceed. And also here, I think Portugal does knock them out. So the last two teams are Norway and France. And again, this might sound a little weird, but I am doing it. Norway. I think Norway will beat France. I think they will. I think they will do it. And then also Portugal will meet them in the semifinals. So now, here we have the last two teams to pick from. And we have the semifinals. So first, we'll start off continuing with Norway and Portugal. And once again, I do think Norway will do it. I think Norway will go all the way to the finals. I do honestly believe that. And then we have Brazil versus Germany. And this time I think it will be Brazil. Therefore, the final will be Brazil versus Norway. And I believe that in this very scenario, we will have a winner. I really just want to do it. I don't know. There's something in my gut saying do Norway. But surely not, right? Surely not. Do I do it? Do I just send it? No. I think it's going to be Brazil. Maybe, just maybe. But no, surely. But do I send it? Do I just like send this crazy? I don't know. My World Cup winners for 2026 is Norway. I'm sending it. Continue. We are done. There you go. That is my prediction. Is it wild? Yes. Will it probably happen? Probably not. But in the comments down below, let me know what you thought about all of that. And we'll be back to review this later. So we'll see how wrong I was. All right. Who knows? Maybe I just pulled off like something crazy. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll have more content coming up. And you could also see my predictions later. So I'll see you in the next one. See you.